Hello, 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 hello. This is Lord Chipmunk once again. So, here's a video that is going to focus on, as some people call them, the scumbags, artillery. So I'm going to show you two artillery games here, both at tier 4. This is the American M37. Now, it comes after the Priest, which I despised. This is actually my first game in this, so this thing's pretty much stock. And I was pleasantly surprised. I was expecting it to suck. Now, one thing to bear in mind, stock gun, rubbish range. So you might actually see that it seems quite accurate. Now bear in mind, part of that is going to be because I have a short range, and so I'm shooting at targets closer to me. And so obviously, the shot will scatter less. What we're going to do is move up here, try and move behind the town, and we're going to try and see what shots we can get off. But this thing's made of tissue paper, it's got ammo racks on the side. If you shoot at this thing, it dies. But we're going to try and provide good, decent artillery support. Now, a couple of things to bear in mind with artillery. Firstly, for anyone that doesn't know, if you press the shift button, you enter an overhead view, like this. And this is what many players consider broken about artillery. It gives you such an unparalleled view of the battlefield. Oh, there's someone dying. Oh, someone gets a hit on a tank there. So if it was artillery, there's a good chance he's tracked. There he is. Shoot. Dead.
Vehicle destroyed.
One Panzer 3A gone. So this gives you an unparalleled view of the battlefield. And in a recent patch, I think it was like 8.6 or something, artillery got the bejesus nerfed out of it. You see I'm happy, and I've got caps lock on. And it's not as strong anymore, but it gets regular matchmaking. It was rebalanced, and yeah, I can see what they were going for. It was a bit over the top before. Anyway, normally I don't like lower tier games. You see, shot missed, because you end up trying to shoot a lot of small, fast targets. And really, artillery, in my opinion, you're better off shooting tank destroyers, other artillery, heavy tanks, things that are easy to hit. Boom, hits are dead. This is what artillery, however, can do when you are shooting same or lower tier targets. You one-shot them a lot of the time, depending on exactly what artillery you're using. Boom, fire, squelch. Now that, I believe, is a Matilda. Matildas are tough nuts to crack, but we can have a go. You know, we can take this guy out. Now, in a higher tier artillery, I would advise moving between every shot, because you have a reload that's, you know, of the order of 20 or 30 seconds. And if your enemy is doing what's known as counter battery fire, i.e., they are looking out for artillery tracer shells, dead. Then they will just follow that tracer and shoot where they see the tracer coming from. And so even though you haven't been spotted, they can still kill you. But in lower tier games, firstly, artillery often doesn't have the range to reach far enough to do that. Secondly, players often just won't do that themselves. There's the other Matilda gone. And your reload is so fast that you kind of want to stay still so you don't have to re-aim. Artillery has a very long aiming time, as well as a long reload time. But anyway, back to this game. M37, suddenly we're 11-6 up after less than 4 minutes. I'm on 3 kills, plus some damage. I'm really impressed. This is a lot better than I was expecting. Bear in mind, this is only my first game. Maybe this tank actually sucks, but you know, I know people have used it and say it's good. So, you know, I like to play every sort of tank in the game. I'm actually grinding down every single line in the game, so I play artillery. I play other things as well, but I do play artillery sometimes. It's my least favourite type of tank. You're very reliant on your team, but I do play it. And this was a good game. I get a good XP score. In fact, I think I get the highest damage on my team. Might even be the highest damage in the game. Because, you know, I was one-shotting people from full health to nothing. Now, where's that SU-26? The SU-26, for the record, used to be an amazing artillery piece, but in the nerf it got hit badly and it's just not very good anymore, and now I don't get it. So I get 3 kills, I get something like 700 damage. Take a look at the post-battle results. This was a pretty solid artillery game. And now we're going to move on to another tier 4 artillery piece of a slightly different ilk. So this is the second game today, and we're in the SU-5, which is the Russian tier 4 artillery. And this is a very different matchmaker. Previously it was our first game, we were in a stock tank with like a 90% crew, 80% crew or whatever, and we were top tier. This time we're bottom tier. I like being bottom tier as artillery because it means you can shoot things that stay still. You can shoot heavy tanks, you can shoot tank destroyers. Whereas if you're in a low tier game, you tend to be shooting a lot of light tanks, which is just a nuisance. Now, in contrast with the M37 that I showed you previously, the M37 has a lot of shells and you can just fire them off and not really care too much. The SU-5 has 12. You can run out of ammo in this tank really easily. The other thing to bear in mind is that you can also get a Fade-In's medal. So Fade-In's medal is available for destroying the last enemy tank with the last shell in your tank. And I've only ever had one Fade-In's medal, and I got it driving this. I don't have a video of it. But the reload on this is fast enough that getting through 12 shells, not a problem. I mean, it doesn't fire as quickly as, say, the British artillery or some of the Americans, but it fires fast enough. The other thing to notice is that it's comparatively accurate, has a comparatively short range, and has a really, really narrow gun traverse. It seems to be kind of the Russian thing. The M37 has quite a wide gun traverse. This thing is really narrow, so you will have to go through the whole re-aiming process again, and artillery has a long aim time. Anyway, let's see how this game pans out. So to start with, I'm just looking up the top of this hill, because you almost always find someone, or some people will come up here. I mean, you can see we've got a couple of heavies going up there. You almost always find there's a bit of a scrap up there, but, you know, can't see anyone, so we change target. I get bored. And we find someone else to shoot at. Lovely, lovely target. So, ooh, M6. Now, I'm a tier 4 machine. He is a tier 6. That shot hit. You can tell there's no explosion. And so he's not going to be feeling too clever. Side armor on M6, that's going to hurt. Oh, Hummel just blitzes that TD. And there's a dude there, KV-1S. Now, this KV-1S player was not very good. He stays still. Oh, we got a Cromwell whinging about some player or other. He stays still. Don't do that. Keep moving. You become harder to hit for artillery. That's going to hurt. So he takes a 122mm shell to the face from my howitzer. The other thing with this gun is that it's a howitzer, so it has a very high shell travel arc. So it will come down at a very steep angle, and so you can put shells onto people's engine decks, for instance, which is quite good fun. And boom, yeah, that one hurt. Now, I was actually surprised. I thought the first shot would have penetrated this guy, but it apparently didn't, because it would have done more damage. And he wouldn't have been on like 70-80% health when I next saw him. I'm going to have a shot here, even though he's disappeared, because might hit. Oh, it did. But of course, you have to be careful. We've fired 4 shots, we've only got 8 left. And if you've seen my mastery game in this, I think I actually run out of ammo in that game. Narrow shot, narrow gun traverse. Oh, can we get this M6? It's a slightly dodgy shot, there's a rock in the way, but we do, and we kill him. Fantastic, we've done most of the damage to that M6. M6 has like 880 health or something. Awesome. And he's 2 tiers higher. Oh, we're going to get a nice experience multiplier for that. KV-1S. Miss. I've probably damaged his tracks, possibly taken them out with the explosion radius, the splash damage. And I haven't done any damage to him. Oh, now the cableness is moving. He's finally decided he doesn't want to sit still in one place for too long, but he spends too long about it, and splat. That probably went through the side of the turret or something to have penetrated like that and done all that damage. But I'm now up to 2 kills in a tier 6 game, and I've done a respectable amount of damage. There's a Cromwell. Cromwell is just so slow. And no, Splash does 5 damage to him. But it probably also damages tracks. And we reload, load up another shell. Stay still, stay still, stay still. Boom! And we miss. 3 shells remaining. We run out of ammo with this gun really quickly. But the Cromwell's dead. And so is their artillery. Next. So there's an A43, which is one of the Russian tier 6 medium tanks. It's the new one. I say new. This guy's dead. Oh, there's only an M8A1. I don't think I really achieve anything else in this game, to be honest. I think the M8A1, yeah, he's dead. So that was this game. It may not look spectacular, but tier 4 tank, artillery I grant you, but tier 4 tank, tier 6 game, I get like 2nd highest XP on my team or something, and do a good amount of damage. So, I hope you enjoyed those 2 artillery games, and I will catch you in the next video. Ta-ra!